It is a busy time for sports in Michigan. The playoff-bound Lions, of course, will be wrapping up the regular season on Sunday, and then the Wolverines will be taking on the Huskies Monday for that national title. A whole lot to dive into tonight, so joining us is Tony Ortiz, sportscaster for WWJ News Radio 950. Thanks for being here, Tony.
Thank you for having me.
So we're all still a little frustrated. I think there's a lot of anger out there about that arguably ridiculous call at the end of last week's game.
Not arguably. It was a ridiculous call. There's no doubt about it. I said it, yes.
Is there any positive takeaway? Is this maybe fuel to the fire going into this weekend?
I think so. I think if you heard Dan Campbell this week, he said, look, he's fired up. He's ready to go. Players talking the last couple of days in the locker room, they're pretty fired up and they're ready to go for this game. It was a bad call. Brad Allen, the referee, assumed things that weren't in evidence. He made a number of mistakes. I thought the Lions maybe were a little too cute, played a little too cute with having three guys going up there, but you're the referee, and in Brad Allen's case, he was supposed to take control of that situation, and he didn't do it. It got out of hand, and that's why things happened the way they did. There's a lot for the Lions to still play for, including the chance to maybe play 2 home games in the playoffs.
How does that happen?
They win over Minnesota, the Cowboys lose to Washington, and Philadelphia loses to the New York Giants. The Lions would be the number 2 seed, which means they could get as many as 2 home playoff games, but they still have to go to San Francisco if they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. So that's pretty much what's at stake for the Lions. So this isn't a meaningless game. There's a lot, Shayna, for them to still play for.
Yeah, it's kind of a 3-part parlay there.
Sure.
How likely is it that the Lions do beat the Vikings and those other teams do?
I will say this much. The Lions should beat the Vikings.
Yeah.
The other 2 at home. The other 2, not so much. The Cowboys are playing really well. They should handle Washington. Philadelphia's struggling, but so are the New York Giants. So I think Philadelphia wins, I think Dallas wins, and the Lions are the 3 seed and get 1 home playoff game and then have to either go to Dallas or have to go to San Francisco, maybe to make it as far as the Super Bowl.
How are you feeling about the playoffs right now?
I feel good because I think this offense is playing really well. The defense scares me a little bit because they've been shaky at times, but depending on who they match up in the first round, and that could be interesting, I think the Lions have a chance. There's a chance, Shayna, they could match up with Matthew Stafford and the Rams in the first round.
Yeah.
The Rams are playing really well, but how Lions-like would it be if they were to face Matthew Stafford and the Rams, yes, and Matthew Stafford ends the Lions season?
Yeah, interesting.
Scary.
A lot of situations that could be coming up. Let's switch gears, talk about Michigan, going for that national title. How would you rate the Rose Bowl performance going into this game?
Shaky, but they pulled it out and played well when they needed to play. Was Michigan a little bit lucky? Yeah, I think so. They made enough mistakes in the first half of that game that it really could have cost them if Alabama had played better. But I like the way Michigan put it together, stayed together at the end, and was able to pull it out in overtime. I like their chances against Washington, but Shayna, Washington has a great offense. Michael Penix Jr., their quarterback, is really good. Heisman Trophy finalist and a guy who can really throw for a lot of yardage. I think that they have to play mistake-free football, limit the amount of time that Washington's on the field, and they have a chance to win the national championship.
What are the biggest challenges for both Michigan and Washington?
Biggest challenge for Washington is the Michigan defense. It's the best that they've seen all year. They play in the Pac-12, and that's a lot of wide-open offenses with some good defenses, but nothing like what Michigan has. That's the biggest challenge for Washington. For Michigan, I think their biggest challenge is facing an offense like Washington, which may be the best that they've faced the entire year, and a quarterback in Michael Penix, who may be the best quarterback that they have faced this entire year.
Sunday and Monday. We've got a lot going on.
It's a lot, and my television is all fired up. I'm ready to go. I've got 2 televisions in the same room, so I'm ready to watch everything.
It's been so exciting, and in a way, it almost feels like it's just starting as we head into the playoffs.
You know what? It's funny. It feels like it's just starting, but in reality, it's almost over. I mean, after Monday, that's it for college football, and the Lions, after Sunday, that's it for the regular season. You start narrowing those games down for the playoffs, and every game then becomes critical and important. But we're closer to the end, Shayna, than we are to the beginning, unfortunately.
Yeah. What are you hearing? What are you feeling out there? What is the mood and the expectation, particularly for the Lions?
Lions fans are really fired up about the chance that this team can go far in the playoffs. Are they still a little bit salty about what happened in Dallas? Yeah, they are. But they're excited about the opportunities. Michigan fans are just incredibly confident that they can go into Houston, beat Washington, and come away with a national title. The only thing that's scary for Michigan fans at this point is Jim Harbaugh. If they win a national title on Monday, does he decide to take the job with the Los Angeles Chargers and go back to the NFL? That's the only thing I think that really Michigan fans are concerned and scared about right now.
Well, Michigan's already in contention. As of right now, are the Detroit Lions realistically Super Bowl contenders?
Oh, I'm going to make some Detroit Lions fans mad.
Uh-oh.
I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders yet.
Yet?
I think there's 3 teams, Dallas, Philadelphia, and San Francisco, that are all better than the Lions right now. And I think the Lions are a contender for making a short playoff run. But do I think they can make the Super Bowl? Not with those 3 teams ahead of them. And they're going to have to face at least 2 of them on the road. I don't think the Lions can pull it off this year.
I think a lot of people would love to see you prove wrong. You would probably love to be wrong.
I would love to be wrong, and if I am wrong, I know a number of people at work will tell me you were wrong, and they will rub it in. So,
That's
but
okay.
I just think that there's too tough a road for them to go through to make the Super Bowl. But it's been fun, at least, to see a Lions team have a chance to make a playoff run. It's been a long time, Shayna, since we felt this good about the Lions.
Everyone likes an underdog, though.
Everybody likes an underdog, and they are definitely the underdogs after the first round of the playoffs.
All right, Tony Ortiz, sportscaster for WWJ News Radio 950. Thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.